Hello and welcome to the Gamery. I'm your host EC Bond, doing some more painting, as you can see. Just working back on this little guy. This is Direchasm, the latest Warhammer Underworlds set that was just released. It's a short little, whatchamacallit? Oh good, just wanted to make sure something. It is a quick little skirmish game that I'm a big fan of. And I am painting these guys for fun, just for me. Hopefully I'll be able to get it to the table. It's a 1 to 4 player game, but it's one of those games where you build your deck and you build your army. And I've always had trouble getting my guys into it. A lot of my guys are board game guys. They don't like to, I don't know, board game guys. They don't paint. I paint. I'm not a big Warhammer guy though. I did start reading the novel for this whole little series though. Started with, it's called Shadespire, which was the first set, which was pretty cool. I dug it. Me and a buddy at work used to play it all the time. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work here on this ground. I just had an idea for something, but I don't know if it's going to work. Oh, this is way too heavy. Way too heavy. Alright, well, now I've committed. I did not thin this out. I don't know why I didn't. I just thought, oh, it's white, whatever. I'll just start painting. But you kind of notice there was already like an actual shadow there because I used the primer I used was skeleton bone, and the mini itself is pretty dark. It was a purple. So with just that skeleton bone over it, you got this nice shading that I just ruined because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I was so excited to get this thing started. Let's see if I can fix this now. Kind of want to water it down just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. How's everyone doing on this Sunday evening? It's a little dark and dreary. Looks like it might rain. The threat is definitely there. It's not as cold as it has been in LA. This past week has been freezing my nuts off. Today wasn't too bad. Today was a little bit better. I am looking forward to next weekend though, because the weather report is saying next weekend it will get to be in the high 70s. And I know it's not too late for that. Got some gold here on the ground. It's not good, but I'm going to touch up that gold too. I'm probably not going to stay with this guy all night. I just wanted to see if this idea of mine will work. Because I wanted to get it like they're on white sands, if that makes sense. You know, I kind of see these guys as like a nightmare. You know, like something out of a nightmare, like something out of a dream. They're called the Dread Pageant, and I just kind of feel there's some of that. Like, if you've seen the movie The Cell, Jennifer Lopez, Vincent Vaughn. Yes, that's right, Jennifer Lopez and Vincent Vaughn. Very cool little movie about a psychologist that goes into her patient's mind to help them work out their issues. And Vince Vaughn is a detective, and they need to go into a serial killer's mind. If you haven't seen it, The Cell. It's one of the first movies I ever purchased on DVD. That's how old I am. Don't tell anyone. I'm trying to keep it a secret. I wonder if I can get a little bit. Alright. I'm going to pull the camera back just a bit. See if you can get that in full frame for you. Sorry at home, I know that looks ridiculous on your end. I really do apologize. I am not a professional cameraman, so let me fix this up real quick. You guys are awesome. I'm also listening to some darker music tonight because I'm in a dark mood. I've been watching the Doors movie the second time this week. Just wanted to get that a little better in focus for you. Kind of feel like we need a Jim Morrison these days. Alright, so I want that to dry a little bit. Either way, I can start painting on these guys, just getting their bases ready. Because hopefully this idea of mine works. I'm really hoping it does. Let's see, especially this guy, because it looks like he's, I don't know if you guys can see kind of where he is. Let's see if we go back a little bit for you. He's got a little dude there. It's like he's standing on a skull or something. Or maybe the ruin of something, I'm not sure. If that camera focus isn't good for you guys, let me know. I know it can be it's a little trickier on my end, I think. Might look great on my end, but you guys might be watching this on a cell phone or something. Be weird to watch this on TV, wouldn't it? It would be like having like a TV playing a fireplace or something. Christmas carols. I'm not going to sing for you. I'm not a very good singer. Speaking of good singers, Trent Reznor. If anyone wants to actually listen in to what I'm listening to, I could send you a link on Spotify where you can kind of just, I don't know how it works. I've never tried it, but it's a thing that they started doing, which is pretty cool. You can listen along with people as they're playing music, which I think is pretty cool, but I haven't tried it yet, so I have no idea. I got a funny story about purchasing the rights to music, because there's a few websites out there. This is rock, but I'm trying to get right in there. See, because I want the sand, like I have this gold grainy, I don't know, is that coming in focus good for you guys? I don't think it is. I'm gonna fix that. I don't think that's coming in good for you guys. Let me try this again. If anyone out there ever wants to record themselves painting, I don't like to use autofocus because it tends to grab the stuff in the background better than what you're painting. That's as best I think I'm gonna get it. I think we're just gonna have to live with that, my friends. Anyways, what was I saying? Trent Reznor, awesome singer. Oh, awesome singer, and it's too bad you can't hear what I'm listening to because you're not allowed to play music from artists on your streams unless you have their permission. And Trent and I aren't talking at the moment. Oh, I should play with that right there. I don't know if you guys can pick it up. There's a little face there. Maybe we'll work on that tonight. We'll see why not. The face looks pretty cool. It could be a nice little contrast. Maybe give it some weather stain. Alright, move you to the back, bring you up here. Okay. Yeah, this guy's like standing on a pillar. This is gonna be cool. I usually don't do the bases like first, but what I usually do is especially if I'm doing like a faction, it's all supposed to be the same. No, it's a little too watered down. Let's get a little more in there. If I know that all these guys are on the same team, on the same faction, they're gonna play together, I like to finish one right off the bat. Ah, it's too wet. It's too wet. Not made for kids. PG-13. Actually, I think it's probably like PG-21. I don't want 13-year-olds knowing about that, even though they probably do. So I went on a website, jumping all over the place tonight, guys. It's Sunday. Uh, I'm sober, so you have to deal with me sober as I paint. Normally, I would be having a drink, enjoying my weekend, but St. Patrick's Day is on Wednesday, and of course, you know, I'm Irish, as you can tell, and I'm going to be celebrating that day. I'm cooking a corned beef. And there is a story that I keep not telling. I'm not doing that on purpose. So there are some websites. Look at this guy with the claw. Yeah, we're never going to get to this story because I'm going to just be sitting here playing with these guys all night. Look at that. Oh, looks so evil. Just wait. Oh, just wait till I can start working on that lobster claw. So they're websites. I'm sure you've heard of the internet. And on some of these websites that you can go on, you can get music licenses, like a subscription, and you can play the music from their website, from artists. You know, you can play it on your website. Usually the music's not amazing. It's usually just kind of like, for lack of a better word, elevator music, but pretty good elevator music, like elevator in like a Goldman Sachs building, or a, you know what I mean, like in a bank, where they actually have to make it sound pretty good. But I went on a website and I thought I was buying a subscription, and it turned out I was just buying one song. And the cost of that one song, just to have the rights to put on this, this YouTube stream, was $50. And when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, cool! Let me get all these other songs." Like, no, you have this one song for $50. And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't want one song for $50. That's dumb. Why would I pay that? But their website, Premium Beats, is very cool. They have a very cool customer service department. I reached out to them directly and I said, "Oh, I just bought this right now. I thought it was a whole thing. I realized I was just buying one song." And they're like, "Cool, no worries. Here's your refund." I'm like, "Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that." They could have been jerks about it. It's like, I mean, when I went back and looked at it, I was like, "Oh, well, that's clear." Like, it does say specifically, you're buying this one song. I was just like, "Oh, cool, $50? That can't be for one song. It's got to be for a whole bunch of songs." I was wrong. So there's that. Here comes my guy. I gotta come up with a nickname for him because I'm not gonna call him Valisic the Gifted. That's his name. Maybe we can call him. I think Vlad the Impaler. I think Vlad the Impaler is his name now. He's like a. It's like a very cool Vlad the Impaler. All right, now we're gonna start adding. Because I should dry by now. We're gonna start adding the white sand that I'm thinking of, which I'm really hoping works. Wish me luck. This is gonna be one of those situations where this may not work. This may look terrible. Um, but we're gonna try. This feels pretty thick. I don't know. Let's see. You guys ready? Here it comes. We're doing this together, guys. I think it's working. I think this is gonna work. Just gonna make sure it gets in the crevices. This is white sand. See if you guys see it on your side. I don't think you guys can see it as well as I can. But we'll come back to this guy once that dries so you can kind of see the sparkle. That's what we want. We want it to sparkle. I think we'll work on that dude's face too while it's drying. Yeah, see that? White sand. What do you think? I'll have to come back over that a little bit more, but hope it works. This guy I'm going to go crazy on. There's, I don't know if you guys can see it, probably not, but there's skulls down there. Maybe we'll come back and touch it up so you guys can see it. You kind of see the top of one right there, but I don't think it's going to come out. It's right there, but you guys can't really tell. But take my word for it. It's there. Should have done this one first because I want to work on this guy's cool little face here. The last thing I want is to get any of this stuff on that skull. Let's see here. Ooh, or his toes. All right. Oh, did my... Oh, dude, seriously? Look at this. Yeah. It's Sunday, all right. Freaking brush just broke. On the last stream, we were talking to my buddy Steve Boshier from the Shadows of Arconia D&D live playthrough. Very cool little game if you ever want to watch people playing D&D. That is the only... He is the only GM that could keep me interested in D&D, be quite honest with you. Like, I'm like just the worst D&D player. Like, I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy, like, just sitting there. Like, I'd rather just play a board game. Like, we're all going to get together. Why don't we just play a board game? I don't see why we have to pretend. But again, I did theater for a long time, so that might be why, because I'm kind of used to, like, hey, let's get this going. Come on, let's go. Everyone get their lines. Let's put on the play. And D&D is not really like that. D&D is very free-formed. But this guy, Steve O'Share, one of the best GMs, DMs out there, he kept me in it a lot longer than anyone else. And others have tried. I once spent an entire weekend at a dude's house. But 2 weekends, I think. I think I spent 2 weekends at this guy's house. Really cool dude. You know, we were just kicking it, hanging out, smoking marijuana. Yeah, that's what we were doing. We were, you know, just hanging out, having a good time. And we spent 2 weekends putting together my character, and he had ran a system from 2nd edition D&D and just kind of like kept it going and added it and tweaked it and did all this fun stuff to it. And he was describing it to me, and I'm like, this sounds so cool. You know, I can't wait. 2 weekends together, we hung out, you know, became good buds. And then the first game, we're all sitting there and playing, and an arrow comes out from a goblin and kills me, kills my character. 2 weeks we spent with this character, and it got killed. And he was like, it's okay, you know, don't worry about it. You know, you don't have to like do it again. We'll just, you know, this is like your character's brother or some nonsense. I don't know. But I was sitting there, I'm like, okay, like, I don't blame him for it. Like, it was just like they rolled a crit. Like, the D&D gods were just not with me that day. White Sands. This guy didn't get... Yeah, you know what? It's there. Once he dries, you'll see it. Whereas... You're the one I want. You're the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I wonder if YouTube's gonna hit me for that. They do that too, by the way. YouTube will send you a little email saying, we heard you singing on your stream, and you're a really bad singer, so don't ever do that again. Personally, I think there's a nicer way to say it, but you know, what do I know? Oh, reach. Got it. All right, so this looks like he's standing on some kind of a statue or something that's collapsed, and now we're gonna give this statue some form and depth. Oh, what are you doing? You shouldn't be. My brush is stiff and it shouldn't be. me mixing paint. Don't get any ideas. Uh-oh. You guys can't hear the song, but I'm rocking out. Do 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 do. If anyone here is a '90s kid or 2000s kid and grew up in the Los Angeles area and went to the clubs in Hollywood, you would have seen me dancing like a weirdo all by myself. I used to go to the clubs Thursday night, Club Perversions, Friday night, Clockwork Orange, Bar Sinister. That was a cool little club. I never felt like I really belonged at Club Sinister. Those people were beautiful. They got all dressed up. I was like, oh my god, I'm just wearing a black tank top. What am I doing here? But I used to go, and this song, Dead Stars by Covenant. I'm probably saying that wrong. But I used to go and just dance my butt off all night long. So you just drive over to Hollywood and get it done. It's a lot of fun. I miss those days. Just take my shirt off. Remember once some jocks were there and they started pushing me around. Well, I shouldn't say they started pushing me around. Like they walked by me and pushed me, and because I had my shirt off, I guess they were like, "What are you doing with your shirt off?" He didn't even like talk to me. He just like pushed me and just walked away. So I kind of felt like, oh, maybe he was like flirting. Maybe it was like that was the deal going on. Because his buddy looked at me like all mad, and I was like, I don't understand why I just got pushed. Like I was just walking by you. This is Hollywood, and I got my shirt off, but I don't know. Anyway, this song is a very cool song. German Industrial, ja? The guten Tag? Do 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 do. Don't you too bad me? You don't know what I'm singing. I'm not gonna do that rock part. So you can kind of see his little face there. I can't really get too much on it right now because the sand that I painted on there is still drying, but we'll see if I can get some. I can dry brush some on there. Kind of. Say, are you dry? You're dry enough. Alright. Still looks a little wet. Trying to get that nice little weathered look, but I think I probably have to come back to it a little later because it's it is still kind of wet up there. Oh, it's working out. Still burn. Dead stars. Yeah, you guys can't really tell. Kind of see like he's standing on something. Alright. Let's come back to Vlad the Impaler. Because he needs a little bit more purple on there. I think we'll... I usually don't want to... I don't want to dry brush with the dark purple, but I don't think I have a choice. I think that's what's just going to have to happen. Let's see. This lotus purple might work good. Hold on. Lotus purple? Purple little lotus? What is a lotus anyways? Is that like a flower? Oh. Skinny puppy. Assimilate. Oh, that's good. This is definitely an example of how you can go really light in the beginning, then come back and fix it, make it a little bit darker. I got one viewer there, just hanging out. Don't know who you are, but say hello. So we can chat about our lives. I can just do this all by myself. I do it online so I can have conversations. Kind of getting there. I don't know. I'll be honest, it looks worse on the camera than it does in person. It looks pretty good here. But I don't know. It's just not coming up too good here. I don't want to make the mistake I usually do or add too much paint to it. But at this point, I think I am okay. Alright. This is going to be a little heavy brush. A lot more paint on here than I would like, but I want to get right in there. Right in the crotch. You guys got a cod piece. Yeah, see it? Come back over here. I'll come over here. Don't you worry about that. I'll bring it to you. It looks pretty badass on camera. I just wish this purple was better. Like right here, just want it to be a little bit more, purple. Long strokes kind of make it look like a garment. Get the threading on the garment kind of thing going. I think I'm just going to have to leave it alone. I keep messing with it, I'm just going to make it worse. The tribe has spoken. But they're... Oh, what is that? I gotta retouch up those boots. What am I doing? Where are you? Where's my black? Negro. ¿A dónde? Negro. I always wonder, like, if I go to the grocery store or something and someone sees my hands and all painted up, and if they could notice it, and they're like, what is this guy doing? Of course, guess it's just being self-conscious, like, someone really looks at your hands when you're at the grocery store. See that little, I see a little white there? Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and hit that real quick. Hey. There's a little bit of a rebellion going on here. I got more black. I'm actually using a lot more black on this boot than I wanted to, but You know, consistency is the key. And when you mess up, well, mess up on all of it. Don't mess up on some of it. Then you can say, oh, I did that on purpose. That's why it looks like that, because I meant to do that. This next one's going to really suck, though. Because there are metal studs on that boot. I used to dress up like this guy and go dancing in Hollywood. Did I tell you guys that already? Used to bring the shield and everything. It's like goth Ren Fair. I wonder if Ren Fair has a goth day. I know like Disneyland has a goth day, which is weird to me. Right? You're goth. What are you doing at Disneyland? Oh, right back here. Oh, don't touch that. It's like a worst game of Operation right here. There we go. Boots are good. Now, I want to give a little bit of shading to this gold part. Not a lot, just enough. Just kind of want to get those different little areas. Once Scud. I like this band very much. German Industrial, yeah. I think it's fitting to be listening to this while I'm painting this guy. Because if this guy had any favorite music, it would most likely be German Industrial, right? You guys seeing that shading there? It's getting a little bit darker. I'm using, what am I using? Known gloss, not an oil gloss. Because I'm going to have to go back over this anyways with some gold. But I really want to like here on his face. So like you can kind of see the shading. Yeah, see, actually it's better. There you go. See, that's a little darker now. That's what shade does. Washes, shades, does a lot of the work for you. Makes you look like you know what you're doing. And all it is, just a shade, just darkening in areas that should be dark. So it makes sense. Oh, hey, slippery little sucker. Alright, see that? And there we go. I'm going to come back over that with some gold, but I think he's okay for now. Maybe down here. Get a little more on the brush. A nice cool little water skin. He's picking up for his adventure. There you go. Yeah, see that? Right here in this tattoos. Oh, I'm going crazy. Someone stop me. No, Bond, what are you doing? That doesn't belong on that. That's where his tattoos. Stop it. Stop. You're a crazy man. What are you doing? Look, he's got a Death Eater tattoo. That's what that is. See it? It's a Death Eater tattoo. Crazy man here. Crazy man. Painting on this thing. Someone stop him. Should not be allowed to do this. Alright, now I'm waiting for that to dry because I have to go back over him with some gold and I'll pretty much finish it for him. You can kind of see the... No, I gotta... I mean, the sand is good. It's everything else that needs to be colored. But I'm gonna finish this guy tonight just so he's done and I don't have to worry about him. Then I can use him as a reference for the other dudes. That's what I like to do. Finish one dude. That way you can see what it is you're going for with the other guys. And not that you want them all to look the same, but you want them all to kind of match, right? Like not a color scheme per se, but well, you know what? Actually, yeah, a color scheme. That's exactly what it is. You want them all to have the same color scheme, which is tricky when what you're making is has like different blends in it. Right, like if I have to go back and do this sand tonight, that's fine. But if I have to come back tomorrow and do the sand, that's going to be a problem. Because I'm mixing something very specific to get that shininess. You guys can't really see it, but it's there. And if I come back and do it tomorrow, it's not going to be the same, and I like uniformity in my painting. Here, let's bring this back over here so you guys can watch. That's the whole point here. Let me come over here. Get real close. Let's get intimate. As I paint his staff. Yeah, I said it. Ooh, I like this song too. Turn my arm. I twist my arm? What is it? Now this doesn't have to be brown. Like there's an argument to be made that his staff could be like all metallic. But right now it's not really my concern because I could always paint over this. You know what I mean? Like if I decide, you know what, this staff is gonna have metal bits to it, right? Maybe it's got a base of wood and it's got metal handle or maybe metal ring somewhere. Not hard to paint over brown. A lot harder to paint over metal. Back. Weekend's starting to catch up to me. Age is starting to catch up to me. I went to go buy some beer for St. Patrick's Day. The guy looked at my ID and said, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Really? All right." And I told him the age. I'm not gonna tell you right now. This is a public stream, and I don't want you guys sending me flowers. Because I'm gonna be dead soon because I'm old. No, I'm kidding. It was just weird, and I looked at him. I was like, I had to really think about this question that you're asking me, like how old I am. No one asked me that. I think after like the age of 30, people kind of stop asking. They're like, "How old are you?" Oh, it doesn't matter, right? It's like it doesn't matter. You're old. It's fine. We don't have to get into the details of it. I don't want to get too personal with you. It's fine. You're old. You look happy. Why is that? Step out of the car, sir. Oh, can you guys see that? Whoops. Painting high up. See, it looks good with just brown. I think a lot of it is just the coloring. I still don't like that purple sash. Oh, sorry. Still don't like that purple sash, but you see it next to the brown and it works pretty good. Next we'll get the base a little bit more. Get some, como se dice? Get some of the parts that's not sand. And maybe that'll make the other part that is sand pop out a little bit. That's the theory, anyway. But now I gotta do the actual weapon itself. And, painting swords, painting, weapons. There's a whole thing. It's a whole process. I mean, you can really get down on this if you wanted to. If you want to learn, there are other websites, other videos you can watch. I'll teach you how to do all this. I don't bother with it because it's too much. I just want to get down. I just want to paint. I'm not trying to set any records. But I like to get that really cool weaponry where you're like, where you just like you have all these shading and it looks sharp and edging. It's not that it's hard to do. It's just time consuming because you gotta like paint. You gotta use like 3 different sets of paint. You gotta dry brush it, and I just get impatient. I'm like, I don't want to do all that. It takes too long. I just want it to look like metal. Metal. Especially this little sucker. Look at this thing. God, imagine if he sticks you with this. Christ. I feel like that's just a little overkill. You know what I mean? It's like, it's bad enough, you're in a melee with a dude that looks like a cross between Freddie Mercury and Hannibal Lecter. Like if Hannibal Lecter had better fashion sense, like that's what this guy would look like, right? Hannibal Lecter in prison. Like if Hannibal Lecter in prison was able to dress himself, I'm pretty sure, he'd be a fan of opera, clearly. And this guy looks like a nightmare from an opera. Like he's singing a song while he's impaling you and ripping out your guts. In Italian. And they don't even have like Italy in this world, but this guy just speaks Italian and everyone's like, what? What is this? It's like, yeah, that's right. I speak Italian. Don't you guys know? The Dread Pageant. It does sound like an opera, doesn't it? Look at that. Isn't that cool? No, it's looking cool. Got a little sash here. I think I'm gonna do that sash a different color. Well, no, I kind of have to do the blue, don't I? I don't want to do the blue, but I kind of have to do the blue just because everything else is stupid blue, so whatever. No one puts baby in a corner, but apparently in this case, baby's in a corner, so whatever. I'm just checking his playlist because I don't know how much. Oh, I got lots of time. Cool. Alright. And also, I don't like thinning down my paint because it takes too long. And it doesn't even take that long. It's me being impatient more than anything else. Like this, it looks better when it's thinned down. But me, I don't care. I just want to paint. Just get out of my way. It's funny. Like the first, I promise you, the next faction I do, which is going to be like the good guys, for lack of a better word. I think they're like I forget what they're called. But anyways, let me say this right here. The purifiers. They have a lot of light colors too, but they have like this dark blue that I'm going to use, so you'll be able to see it while I'm painting it, as opposed to these guys. Like when I first started painting them, they're like, "What is it? What are you trying to tell me, boy? What's up, Lassie? He's painting a color. I just don't know what it is." Oh, the sand. Sand looks really good on my side. Let me see. Yeah, that sand looks really good. I like it. It came out really good. I think, yeah. Yeah, that looks good. I like it. All right. Platinum. This is going to be tricky. This is going to be very tricky. So I want to get just this little bit here. Then I want to get it just along the blade. See how that works? Not that crazy. You know what I mean? Not very hard to do. And you can't, you know what I mean, like, on a certain level, you can't really tell if there's anything different. But there is, and your eye does pick it up. It's like a, it's just shading, right? It's just like a different coloring, and your eye kind of sees it and it goes, oh, that's like a sharp blade, because it's lighter at the tips. Kind of like a trick of light. Get those spikes. Go crazy. Crazy. Alright. Look at that. Look at that. Like it, don't you? Look at that. Guy looks badass. Vlad the Impaler right here. If he lived in a more civilized time, he would have been a proctologist. A decent profession is what I'm trying to say. He would have been someone who cared about people. But he just liked to cause them pain. It's not his fault. I forgive you. I forgive you, Vlad. You should have been a doctor. There actually is a story called... Oh, it's going to bug me now. I don't know what it's called, but it's really good. I think it's actually called Dracula, but no, it's not that. What is it? Anyways, it's a novel. It's a very good novel. I'm going to look it up for you guys. I'll find it later. If anyone cares, just ask. But it's a story of like the descendant of Vladimir the Impaler. And he goes to Paris and he's studying to be a doctor. And while he's there, like he kind of starts to go crazy and he kills a hooker. And I think he drinks her blood. Like it's some weird thing. It's like this whole, dark thing. But then he goes back to Hungary, which is where he's from, kind of like where the actual Dracula is from, that area. And while he's there, he like falls in love with the daughter of the emperor or something. I'm describing it very kind of like loosely, but it's a very good book. If anyone cares, if anyone's even listening to me right now, let me know. I can send you the link. Can't tell if that's better. There it is. Yeah, I can see it. It's in focus. Sorry if the stream has just been all over the place for you guys. But we are almost done with this guy. I want to touch up the gold a little bit, especially right up here. I want to touch up that gold up there, but other than that, this guy's almost done. Now we come to kind of the cool bits. I like to get over here, darken it up. That way the sand will look a little bit better. This is going to be fun, I think. It's a little too much paint for this, but I think I actually have to use too much paint. So I'm trying to pick out these that little cobblestone there. And it's just not doing what I wanted to do at this point. I mean, it looks alright, but I'm gonna have to come over that with some wash and get it dark because it just doesn't look believable. Oh, this is too much, but this is what I'm trying to achieve. So like the whole thing is like it's fine. There's a little bit of sand that kind of transfers over, but this looks like it's just paint. Doesn't look like the sand part. So kind of trying to brush it back, but that's not going to work. So we're just going to do this, and I will hit it with my highlight, and that'll bring it out for sure. This is kind of like a base coat. That's why I'm being a little heavy-handed with it. So I'm going to go back over all this with a highlight. But I need it to be dark, so at the contrast of what is that a skull? Ooh, there's a little skull in there. Oh, that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. Hold on. I love it. Skulls for the skull throne. Here we go. By the way, don't tell any of your Warhammer friends that this channel exists, because I don't want them to watch me painting and then be like, "You're doing it wrong. You're stupid. You suck." I'm not saying that Warhammer players are jerks. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is, once you get to certain levels of any kind of hobby, you get jerks. And I'm very sensitive. As you can tell, I paint miniatures. I'm a sensitive guy. I listen to Ubiquitous Mr. Lovegood by Dead Can Dance, a Persian goth group. I'm a sensitive guy. You know, I have emotions, and I'm not afraid of them. But when you're jerks to me, and it hurts my feelings, then I cry for like days, and, you know, I plot your murder. But I don't actually go through with it because it's illegal. But just wait for the day when murder is legal. When the purge comes, I've got somebody want to... Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no. Damn it. See, this is what happens when I let my anger get the best of me. I mess up when I paint. That, and it's clearly time for me to get to stop because I'm getting tired. I'm getting hungry. I was just gonna sit in tonight and read a book. I got a book by the recent guest on Bill Maher, Real Time with Bill Maher, which I love. And if you don't, that's fine. And just let me have my fun. But his name was Scott Galloway. He's a professor of economics, I believe, at New York, at a New York University. I'm not sure if it's New York University, but this guy was saying everything I felt about the economy, about social media. We need to break up the social media companies. It's imperative that we do so. And I'm saying that knowing full well and good that part of this stream, well, actually, the entirety of this stream is dependent on social media. And the fact that they don't charge me to put this up there, like, this is just content that they let me put on their platform. And there is something to be said about that. Like, there's some good in what social media does offer, but there's also some very negative consequences that I don't think. I think they should be regulated by the government. I don't think it's out of line at all for the government to step in. Um, Clearly, it's time. I mean, I understand most people's apprehension about government intervention on any business, right? Like, the government usually screws things up. I get you. I feel you. But we're over 20 years now with this, for lack of a better word, experiment of moving our social life online. And there have been some dramatic changes in just the way we interact with each other. I'm recently single and I'm trying to, meet and date and go see people. And it's very hard to do that unless you're online. Like, the only way to meet people is through dating apps. Like, you can go places. And I mean, yeah, COVID is a thing, of course, these days, you know, but you try to go places to meet people. And generally speaking, it's very difficult. Like, you can't just walk up and say, "Hey, how are you?" Like, or maybe you can. I just don't. I don't know. But that being said, look at all that gray that I have on there. I'm gonna have that on there for days. Anyone who sees me for the next few days, you're just gonna see like dark gray paint on my knuckle. Alright, I think we'll get this base. I'll hit that skull because that skull's gonna be fun for me. I'll hit that skull next because I want to. And I do have some more of the whatchamacallit, the sand I'm gonna put over some of this stuff once I get ready. I'm gonna use a little lighter. I'm not gonna use as much as I did last time, but I do want to kind of layer it on top a little bit. Jackbone. Skulls for the Skull Throne uses Jackbone paint. Nothing wrong with thinning this down either. Okay, this is for you guys right here, so you guys can see it. You see it? It's like a little skull sticking out through the sand there. Cool as that. So cool. All right, let's get some dry brush. Let's see if I can get in there with this. Too big, way too big. Where's that flat brush I have? This thing. Come here. There you go. See that? It's subtle, but it's good. This adds a little depth to it. I don't know if you guys can really pick it up. It's supposed to be rock and stone, so you want it to have some coloring. I still gotta hit this goal too before the night's over. Got a little bit more work to do. Can't really tell what the best focus is for you guys on this, because I think if I get too close and it kind of comes out of focus. But also, I feel like that's the best angle for you, so you can kind of see what I'm seeing. Let's see if I can fix this up. Standing by, adjusting focus. I use Streamlabs, by the way, which is it took me a while to kind of get it, but once I did, I enjoyed it very much. See that? So you can kind of see the laces on these boots. If you guys can see it, it's fine with me. This is all for you. Bela Lugosi is dead. See that skull? Now you can see the skull. See that? I'm making noises. Nah, I'm not that cool. Let's see, not that cool. Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Yeah, I can see the laces in his boots a little bit better. Look at that heel. Look at this guy. He's going out. Oh, I need to hit that too. Don't hit that there. Let's see, do I hit that with this? Let's see. Nope. Not doing anything. Let's get the platinum. You know what? Before I do that, let's finish up with this sand here. Oh, this needs just a little bit more water. You guys see that? No, you guys can't see what I'm doing over here. My little palette. hoping that once this dries, it won't be as obviously white. Do you know what I mean? Hoping it just kind of gets a little bit. Let's see if we get that on the skull. That might have been a mistake on the skull, but I'm going to have to hit it again anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Put it over there. Alright, I guess let that kind of sit there and dry off a little bit. Hopefully that works. Now let's do the homework. And when I say homework, I mean the little bits that we're going to get later. We're going to get now. And that. This is usually when I start messing up. Start going a little crazy. Start being like, I'm going to put it on everything. Just going to paint crazy. Paint wild and crazy. Because I can. Because I can. Yeah, gold does it pretty good. I do want it to just be a little bit more gold. Let's see here. Let's take a look at their little guy. We can put him. A little bit of wash on the handle. Kind of give some shadows to the handle. See that? Base is dried up rather nicely. Not terrible, but nicely. I'm going to have to come back on that skull in a bit. I'm not too worried about it. Where's my gold? Here's my gold. Oh, I needed to buy more gold. This gold's all dry, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Dang it. Oh. Nope. Look at that. It's all on my thumb now. Oh, God. There's like nothing in here. Alright, I just wanted to hit these parts here a little bit. Can you guys see? There we go. See that? Not a lot. I mean, in all actuality, I probably shouldn't even be touching this part of the mini. I mean, I like the way this all came out. I just felt like I needed more gold. Especially right here. Right, this is where it's going to be fun. See his face? This is where it's going to be fun. Because we don't want to get too much on here at all. Because we already have the shading that we want. We have... Oh, see? That's too much. See that? We have a nice little line there. There we go. See, it's a little bit better. See, now you can see the lines in his head. That's what we were hoping for. Not a little too crazy there, so we're just going to move on. I'm not going to touch it again. I still want more gold on this thing, but I don't think I'm going to get my way on that. I think that's as gold as I'm going to get it. So we're just going to... Oh, that was too much. I like the shading that was there. Darn it. Okay, I better stop on the head because I think I'm just making this worse. Put the brush down, Bon. Bon. Put the brush down. You're ruining the mini at this point, dude. You're just ruining the mini. No. No. Don't go in for more gold. Don't do it. What are you doing? I see your brush. Your brush is lather with gold. It's way too much gold. Way too much. Shut up, dude. I know what I'm doing. Should call this one multiple personalities paint a miniature, because that's basically what it is. It's just me yelling at myself saying, no, don't, shut up, I know what I'm doing. I just really want, especially back, oh no, darn it. Especially back here, I really just want this to pop out. I want it to pop out more than it is now, that's for sure. I mean, in reality, I could spend all night just painting the gold on this guy. It's such a beautiful color for what he's doing. I'm pretty need to get back here too. I just don't wanna. Let's see. Don't wanna. Nope. Don't even bother. I think that is gonna be it for tonight. I'm gonna come over this thing here, which is gonna be a pain in the butt. This is gonna be bad. Cause I gotta. You might not be able to see all this, guys, but let's see. Gotta get in here. At the very least, gotta get in here. Because this is like... This needs a little bit more gold in there. Especially like right there. Oh yeah, here we go. Right there, right on that line. See it? I want it to look like fabric. I want it to look like... I mean, this is my drag queen, right? I want it to look fabulous. He's flowing into battle. He's rocking it. There's music wherever he walks, and this is not good music. This is like the music we're listening to right now, like Thorns by Whipscott. That's the music he's listening to. He's a crazy man. It's a drag pageant. Let's do it. This is gonna be hard. Oh, this is really hard. Okay, hold on. The hardest game of operation right here. I better with just getting a gold wash in there, but I don't want it to drip like I'm doing right now. Darn it. You think anyone will notice, like, his entire... Oh, look, and I got it on the boot, too. Darn it. Alright, I better stop. Because I think I'm just going to make this thing a lot worse. Yeah, look, I'm getting it on the... Oh, my goodness. I was already done with that. Alright, I'm done. I'm done. Done painting this guy. Vlad the Impaler. coming to a table near you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. This has been The Gamery, watching paint dry. I'm your host, EC Bond, on this dark and dreary night where the threat of rain is ever present. I want you to enjoy your nights. Have a good weekend. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I'll see you later.